All cats old enough to run the moors, gather below the tall rock for a clan meeting.
She would perk up, hearing the meeting call. Marigold Song quickly trotted out of the medicine cat den. I stumbled as I padded up to Marigold. Thought you'd be late to the meeting, she remarked.
Sadly, our deputy Bing Bong has died from a someone-cut rose, she starts. We must appoint a new one.
May StarClan welcome them, she mewed, looking away from Aster Star.
Aster Star, close your eyes. Aspen, step forward.
I stepped forward, full of confidence.
Do you promise to uphold the warrior code and protect those you care with your life? Then take your place as deputy of Orchid Clan. Clan dismissed!
The she-cat rose and walked over to Aspen. Quercuspaw, come over here. We don't want to crowd Aspen. She stepped back, her ears lowering in a nervous annoyance. We'll talk to Aspen later, she murmured to herself, following after her apprentice. He sat staring, not realizing Marigold had entered. You should get some rest. You did well today. We can collect more herbs and continue your training at sunrise. Now that the chattering had calmed down, Marigold Song stood and walked into the clearing of camp. Marigold Song, he greeted politely to the she who had now just approached him. Aspen, she nodded her head. I wanted to come give you my congrats on the new role, but you were very crowded. I hope you weren't too overwhelmed. Ah, well, thank you. I was okay, but that was a lot of eyes, he gritted his teeth, nodding his cranium. She purred. Well, I see you have someone waiting on you, so I'll leave you to it. She nodded to Woolmoth and walked away. Marigold Song inspected the herb shelf closely. As she had suspected, every herb was accounted for, except for some poppy. That won't do, she murmured, her brows furrowing in annoyance. The shelves had to be perfectly organized with the same amount of herbs for each type. I suppose I'll go collect some poppy now. This simply can't wait, the she-cat thought to herself. I stirred slightly at Marigold's shuffling. I croaked. Marigold Song walked over to Quercuspaw. I was just inspecting our herbs. Go back to sleep. I yawned and nodded, settling back down.
Hi, Marigold Song, she'd pop out.
Oh! She paused, her ears pinning in surprise. Hello, Aster Star. Why were you, in that bush?
Just trying to find herbs for you. Couldn't find any berries. Her head was hot.
We're good on herbs, except for poppy. I was just heading out to collect some. Thank you, though, she purred, smiling.
Oh, yeah. Good luck, and stay safe. She smiled, her confidence fading.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just go get those poppies. You got this.
She shook her head in confusion before turning around and heading out. Marigold Song stood at the entrance to Four Trees. Poppy was very rare to find in the moors and in marshy territory. She had to get it from the tribe's land. The she-cat shivered. Forests were too thick and crowded for her liking, but she needed to find poppy. Marigold Song paused. It felt like she was being watched. She sighed and continued her journey, swerving around their camp entrance and hurrying towards the poppy location. Finally, she mewed, snatching a poppy up in her maw. She took a quick look around and hurried back onto the path to return home. She paused. The feeling of being watched was even stronger now. Her fur rose.
She leaped down, landing on top of the she-cat.
Good StarClan! She screeched as a force pinned her to the ground, knocking the air out of her.
Are you? She'd hiss.
Get off of me! She growled, her voice cracking slightly.
Realizing the size difference, she'd get off.
What manners do you have, jumping on random cats? She'd huff, standing up, shaking her pelt of dirt.
Answer the question. Who are you? She looked the cat up and down, ignoring their question.
I'm Marigold Song, the medicine cat of Orchid Clan. She slunk away from the larger she-cat, intimidated.
Red of morning dawn. Stone tell her to be. She'd unpin her ears. This cat had the same fate she did, to not be free and to never be able to love.
She loosened up as Red of morning dawn let down her hostile barrier. That's a long name. Do you have a nickname, perchance?
Yeah, tribe cats' names are not short and nice like yours. She'd mew. You can call me Red or Morning. She'd sit down, not being able to deny the she-cat's beauty.
Red's gaze watching her made Marigold Song rather flustered, so she backed up slightly, nervously chuckling. Yes, well, I had to get some poppy for my clan, which is why I'm here.
Red would look her up and down, approaching her. Not like I could care anyways. Sorry to scare ya. My tribe doesn't follow the territory rules like yours do.
It's quite alright. I suspected tribes had a different lifestyle from the clans.
Yeah, well, I should be going back now. Should look past Marigold's song. See you around, cutie.
She'd pause, her eyes wide as she watched the she-cat hurry off. What had Red called her? She hurried back to camp, her mind swirling. She walked back into camp, the poppy falling apart in her jaws for being held for so long.
There you are. I was getting worried, she gasped softly.
Oh, yes, sorry, I had a little bit of a situation with the tribe cat. She'd turned around.
Situation? Aster Star grew concerned. Did they hurt you? She circled Marigold's song.
No, don't worry, nothing bad happened. I met a she-cat named Red. Well, that's not her full name, but she trailed off.
Red, she tilted her head. What, was she stumbled on the words before sitting.
She tilted her head, gazing at Aster Star. Yes?
Was she nice to you? She'd finally say, quieter.
She nodded. Tribe cats aren't usually hostile. She was no different.
Yeah, good for you. She grew sad. There's something with how Marigold's song talked about her.
Are you alright?
Aster Star stayed silent. She looked at her before trotting away to her den. I feel so betrayed.
I didn't even say anything. I said, oh yeah, she wasn't mean.
I know, but she felt kind of jealous while you were talking to another girl, you know?
She lowered her ears before turning around to see Quercuspaw. He was still sleeping, she noted. She had a long day and night, and her body was begging for rest. She curled up into a tight ball, dozing into a deep slumber. The tribe cat, Red, being the only thing on her mind, and what a unique interaction they had earlier.
She would slip into the hole, falling down. Ow! She'd groan.
She'd sit up, startled from the noise. She blinked groggily. Was she dreaming, or was Red really in front of her?
Oh! Hey, cutie! She smiled, standing up.
What are you doing here? She stood up.
I wanted to visit you? She didn't actually want to fall into the den, but oh well.
You wanted to visit me? She looked away nervously.
Yeah, she'd mumble. I guess I wanted to get to know you more. We're kind of in the same fate, both undestined for love. At least that's how I see it.
She'd sit down. I suppose that's true, but I knew this when I decided to become a medicine cat apprentice. I don't think anyone would be interested in me anyways.
You chose this life? Red would look a bit down.
My mother, Lilac Dance, she died of green cough when I was a kitten. The medicine cat didn't know what he was doing and was exiled shortly after for poisoning cats. I made an oath to help them and always be a good medicine cat so that would never happen again.
Red would stand up. I just thought that I was like tribe cats. No one has a choice on what they become.
She lowered her ears. That must be tough,
Yeah, wanting to be able to love, even when it's forbidden, it really isn't nice.
She looked down at her paws. I never really thought of it that way.
And life seems much easier. Being able to pick who you become, she'd mew.
I suppose. She caught Red's eye and stuttered, forgetting what else she was going to say.
Red would look at Marigold's song, looking at her more closely. Yeah, she knew her feelings now, but would it ever work?
She shuffled her paws, her nose hot with embarrassment.
I should get going now. See you later, cutie. And so you know, there is someone out there who does like you. Red would hop out.
She blinked, peeking out of the hole after Red. Quercuspaw, what are you doing here?
This is our den. What's wrong with you?
What?
You've been acting strange. Not talking to me, not letting me know where you're going. Heck, we haven't trained in days, he spat angrily.
I was out getting Poppy, and then I took a nap, she replied shortly.
But you didn't tell me, he whined. I got worried. I had to ask Aster Star out of all of the cats.
You were sleeping, she growled, after I told you to rest. You don't have to know every single thing I do. He sighed and turned his head away. I guess you're right. Never mind. Marigold Song loosened up, her eyes round with sympathy. I apologize. These past few days have just been confusing for me. We'll train tomorrow, all right? He just nodded and curled up to sleep. Marigold Song shuffled her paws and headed to her own nest.
Aster Star watched them sleep, taking a step forward before falling through face down. Pow!
She jumped up in surprise. Was it red again?
Aster Star stood, walking towards the exit before seeing Marigold stand in the corner of her eye.
Oh, she saw it was just Aster Star. Are you alright, Aster Star?
Hey, sorry, I'm fine, don't worry. She chuckled nervously.
She nodded, her gaze skeptical.
I was watching the stars. Yeah. I fell backwards after leaning back.
Oh, I see, she mewed. Do you have any injuries?
I don't know. No, I don't. Don't worry. I don't want to waste your time.
All right, she nodded. I need to go out and train with Quercuspaw. We'll be back later.
Have fun. She'd shake her fur out.
Let's go, she mewed. What herb is this? Do you remember? Marigold Song gestured to the plant. He leaned down and sniffed it, then wrinkled his nose.
Something used for infections, right?
Yarrow, she sighed.
Oh,
He fidgeted. How about, instead of a memory game, you go find an herb, identify it, and bring it back to me? He perked up.
Sure.
I'll wait on Outlook Rock, she called after him.
Spotting Marigold's Song, she'd rush up. Cutie!
Huh? She jumped.
Please help! My sister hurt and I really don't want to go back to the tribe. She'd look down. She'd whimper looking down.
Marigold Song blinked and then nodded. She stood next to Red and rested her tail on her shoulder. Where is she?
She jumped away in a hurry. She'd sit down next to her sister. Stop, tell her never taught me about herbs yet.
She set some of the poppy down. Here, force feed her some of this. It will help with the pain for now. She set the poppy down. It was the same stalk that she had retrieved from the tribe's territory.
Redwood opened Sunshine's mouth, placing the poppy in. Red would stand, walking to Marigold's Song, leaning against her, purring. Thank you.
She nodded, entwining her tail with Red's. Of course, and maybe love is something meant for the both of us, she smiled softly. He tensed at the unfamiliar cats.
Maybe, she'd smile, before hearing a twig break.
So this is what's been happening.
What are you doing here? She hissed nervously.
Oh no.
He hissed.
This is my den, and you weren't at Outlook Rock.
Narrate now.
You threw him in the fire. Oh, but you're not Rose this time, right? Right? I'm Rose.
I am Rose, though.
My name was almost Aspen, and somebody said, "Hey, Aspen, how's your Aspen?" Aster Star looked down. Step forward if you think you're worthy enough. What? Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, that really scared me. I'm keeping that in.
No one gets to talk to my e-kitten. Trust.
Yeah, she'd mumble. Oh god, I don't even remember what I else said.
She'd sit down. I suppose that's true, but I knew this when I decided to become a medicine cat apprentice. I don't think any... Hey, god damn it! Okay. Queer paw.
They're queer.
Exactly.
We all know it.
Yes.
Queer in person too.
I'm telling them you said that.